WQAD News 8's The Score is sponsored by Blackhawk Bank and Trust and Crawford Company.
Welcome to week one of the football season and week one of The Score. Corey Kuffler alongside Jenna Miner, Jonah Krell, and our guest griller tonight, the one, the only, Stud Rudd, Keevan. Awesome that you're here tonight. Keevan Rudd.
I'm glad to be here. This is going to be a great experience and looking forward to some good food.
You walked in and you said, I've never been here before. You've got the inside of everything that's going on tonight.
I did, and I'm glad that I seen that. See how hard you guys work behind the scenes. You know, it's always appreciated whenever you guys are filming anything that I'm a part of, but it's nice to see the little behind the scenes of what you guys do also.
Let me ask you real quick about your Friday night experience, because you played and you knew what it was like to be on that turf at Brady Street Stadium and play in the MAC and do all that. Do you remember it? Do you miss it?
I remember everything about it. I definitely miss those Friday nights. You know, we would come out from our locker room was right there. So we would come out, we would line up, we would all run out. Everyone would pretty much run out, and I would be the last one. So I'd get the full sprint, and then I'd just run and jump into the middle of the huddle, and then that's when we would break it down. So that was one of the moments I definitely cherish and I definitely miss. But Brady Street's one of a kind.
What was one of your favorite moments or memories you had from playing football at Central?
Man, one of my best memories is my best friend Nick Eccles returned a crazy punt. I think who was it against? I think it was West, actually. He caught it, juked about two people, got to the side, did a little spin, cribbed it. He went to the thing and just dropped the ball like that. So it was definitely one of my favorite moments, seeing him just go crazy. The things that we used to play video games and watch highlights of, watching him do it in person was amazing.
You know, Keevan, not everyone gets to play professional football where they played high school football. Do you recognize kind of how special this is for you?
I think it'll hit me once I'm done playing. I try not to think about it all the time because I'm constantly reminded of it. But I'm humble and I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do that. And I take full advantage of the responsibility that comes with that also.
Yeah, I see you at camps and everything at Brady Street. He's still around, Cuff.
Yeah.
All right, before you get to the grill, let's get to some of these highlights. And we're going to start with Alman. They hadn't had a football team in 3 years. They come running onto the field at Erickson Field, and boy, are they excited and all fired up. Check out Kyle Bowden taking the handoff, getting to the outside. He will go all the way down to about the 25-yard line. It would only take Alman 3 plays to score in this game before William Otten's Toms. 15-yard touchdown. There you see it right there. 7-0 at that point. Let's keep it going here. Several players for Alman coming up with a big play on 4th down. They will get that stop to get the ball back, and then Alman will take advantage again. Kelly Hunter going up top to Truman Marner. Perfect pass, nice pitch and catch. Wide open, 40-yard touchdown, 14-0. But the fun's not done for Alman. William Otten Toms is going to grab this punt. Check this out. It's going to bounce backwards. Nobody touches it. Smart play here. Toms grabs it, 3-yard line. He's in for the touchdown. 21-0 at that point. Right now they're up 42-0. We're hoping to hear from Coach Barber a little bit later in the show. And how about Pleasant Valley? The rain and Mother Nature, James Zahara getting the best of us tonight. They never got started. As you see, lightning in the sky. They never took the field. The game did get postponed. It got delayed, and eventually Deanne Kramer, along with the head coaches and other athletic directors with Zach Shea, deciding why they should postpone this game and move it till tomorrow. Let's hear from what Deanne had to say about this game.
Health, safety, and well-being of everybody inside Spartan Stadium is first and foremost. When the lightning strike was within 10 miles of Spartan Stadium, we started the evacuation process. Rule is every time there's a lightning strike or a thunderclap, the 30-minute clock begins over again. I think the most important thing for our coaches is they didn't want to start and stop and start and stop. So we made a decision that at 8:45 we would reconvene and determine whether or not we would continue to wait or whether it was time that we could take the field and start the warm-up process or whether it was in our best interest to reschedule.
We'll get back out there. Here's the deal, all right? It's been a bit of a storm to start the year anyway, all right? And I was just thinking about this. I'm smiling because you know what? I wouldn't want it any other way, all right? I wouldn't want it any other way. Let this affect them, all right? Let this affect how they warm up.
New North Scott head coach Tony Stewart's message to the Lancers heading into this matchup with Xavier. An hour-and-a-half rain delay. Opening drive, Xavier's offense moving down the field. North Scott defense wraps them up, but the Saints keep on pushing. They found a hole in the Lancers defense, push into the end zone. The Saints take that early 7-0 lead. Next drive, a nice kickoff return from North Scott's Ryan Block, closing in on Xavier territory. Lancers with some good field position. Next drive, Cole Green with the handoff to Gage Wagner. He moves those chains. This game is still going on. It's halftime. Xavier leads 14-0.
Hey, let's check out some Assumption as they're on the road at Solen, who went 8-3 last season. This one had an hour weather delay as well. Once they got started, the home team struck first. Eli Campman rolls out and launches the ball down to wide open Caden Hooper. Takes it down to the sidelines into the end zone. Spartans would go up 8-0. The other way, Assumption in the red zone lane. Pennington gets to the outside eventually, and he will. That's the first touchdown. Here's the handoff to Pennington, and he gets to the outside, gets in for a touchdown. It's a one-point game. Let's go to the second quarter now with Campman rolling right, and he will connect with Maddox Kelly into the end zone for the score. 22-13 at the half. Let's see where we're at right now after that weather delay. Still in the third quarter, Solen leading 29-13.
Clinton making the short trip down Highway 30 to play Central Dwit. Opening kickoff, Central Dwit starting on the right foot. Jameson and Gregory turning on the wheels for the 42-yard return, setting the Sabres up well. Quarterback Hudson Kruko taking advantage of that field position. The senior finds a gap and takes advantage of that. That's 6 on the board for the Sabres. Central Dwit up 7-0. Clinton trying to answer back, but it's some good D from Central DeWitt. They force the fumble here. And guess what? They recover that.
Ball on the turf.
But Clinton doesn't let them off the hook easy. It's Nolan Eagers deflecting that pass.
I'm watching my film.
That looked like he right
Little
there.
later,
Man.
out there.
Sabres trying to add another score, but look at that. Clinton defense again. Getting that pick there is Carter Frame. Yeah, let's watch that one again. Sabres with the ball back. And look at this, Cooper Small finding a hole there, finding that gap, and guess what? He trips, still standing, makes his way into the end zone. Central DeWitt, look at that, up 40-8 in the third after all those weather delays.
All right, Key, this one's you. Your alma mater.
Okay, we got Davenport Central, you see it. All right, so we got the Rams' first drive, first play from scrimmage, snap, out of there. Blue Devils pick it up. Guess what? Loss of 3. Big hit right there.
Nice.
Coming up next, we have the fans in the crowd. 3rd and 5, swings it to outside to Beckham. Hutchinson with the shoestring tackle. Let me get that. Forces the punt. Dubuque senior. 4th down. Rams over his head. Guess what? We call that 2 points. Safety for Central. Then later in the first, 2nd and 1 at the 1 for Dubuque senior. Robert Howard punches in for the touchdown. Rams go up 7-2. And then on the next drive, love showing the fans, we got Jaleel Tony Walker. Let me get through that. Broken tackles, we out of there. Come on, ball in the other hand. That's all right.
Yeah.
He breaks loose outside for a long run. Yes, and then we have...
Checking the final score, what do we got? Third quarter.
14-2 still, third quarter. Come on, Blue Devils.
All right, CCA hosting Davenport West, who was winless a year ago. You thought the Clippers weren't ready to start the season? Think again on the opening kickoff. Clippers with the switcheroo in the backfield. Look at the trickery right there. Executed perfectly as Tay Seals gets to the outside. Nobody near him. End zone. CCA takes a 7-0 lead. They add to it quickly. Ethan Weiss gets the handoff, and he cuts into the big box. CCA took control of this game early. West trying to get something going though. Carson Huggins with the throw, but Texton Ballers snags the pass for the interception, heads back the other way, but is eventually tripped up by a couple Falcons. CCA getting it done on both sides of the ball. 2 plays later, Conlon Poynton on the keeper. Weaves up the middle for another score. CCA just dominating. Things didn't get any better for West. Clippers forced the Falcons to punt. This one a little short. Lands in the hands of Weiss, and you can already see the look in his eyes. Determination down the sideline, and he seals, and that Seals out front. Weiss takes it down the sideline for the touchdown. This one all CCA, 63-0 over West.
All right, let's hop back across the river, and guess what? Another game that got into a little bit of a delay. That would be at United Township, and let's hear why they delayed the game.
It kept lingering, and LP was concerned because they got an hour-and-a-half ride back. So from every lightning strike, it's 30 minutes plus a mandatory 10-minute warm-up, so it's 40-minute periods. And essentially, we agreed to a time that if the lightning continued, that we were going to move it to tomorrow.
Once the game starts, it's the officials' game, and they make the decision. So we sat around for a long time redoing the 30-minute IHSA policy. And then we all agreed, both coaches agreed when it got that we didn't want to, if we had to wait, we'd wait up to 9 o'clock. If there was still lightning in the air, we'd resume tomorrow.
And Scott Harding for letting us know why UT delayed and postponed their game. All right, Jono, you got Galesburg now.
Yep, Dunlap and Galesburg opening the season for the second straight year. Dunlap 4-star tight end Max Sutter gets the ball, touchdown. That is a short yardage touchdown, 8-0, still first. Dunlap Truman Tyra, 23 yards to Max Sutter in the end zone, 15-0. Second quarter, Dunlap's Blake Dietz rips off 41 of his 200-plus first-half yards.
Wow.
He pushes lead to 22-0. Dunlap defense relentless here. The big hit by Sutter causes the fumble. Josh Diefenhaller recovers at the 1-yard line, and it's Dietz bolting in from there, extending the lead to 29-0. Galesburg looking for positives, though. Right here, a good pass play. Grady Hickey to Demetrius Watson, shakes the man. Still going, 15 yards on the pickup, but the Eagles are too much for the Silver Streaks, 44-0 over Galesburg.
Hey, we got one more score from the Western Big Six. Guess what? A team that had no problems playing tonight because they are down in Missouri where the rain wasn't a factor. Right now, the Maroons, actually that is a final. Moline goes down to Rockwood Summit. They do fall 30-24. Hey, we are just getting started here on week one of the score. Key's about to throw some food on the grill. We got hot dogs and burgers. We're going to be right back with a whole lot more football from the track in Illinois.